What? Yeah. very good evening to one and all, and a warm welcome from India. It's our absolute pleasure and privilege to invite you all for the valedictory function of the 12th IFEA World Endodontic Congress, which has happened online this year. We would start this function by first inviting the President of International Federation of Endodontic Associations, Dr. Catherine Ricci from France, who would be first delivering the valedictory address.
Thank you, Gopi. It's a very great honor for me to close this incredible online meeting, organized with a master hand by the Indian team. It is the first time that an endodontic association organized such a worldwide event. A large part of the best speakers around the world were present, and the mastery of new technology is simply fantastic. Since 1987, date of my first meeting in San Antonio with Steve Schwartz, Pepe Oenig, Don Arens, and Jean-Marie Loichesi, my mentor, I gradually evolved within this association, going through all stages from representative of France to member of the board. However, I would never have imagined becoming president of this federation one day. IFEA is the only endodontic world organization bringing together associations and societies from 42 countries all around the world. The values transmitted by our federation are standards to which I have always been sensitive. It is the reason why, even when I no longer had any official function, I came to listen and participate to the General Assemblies and at all work congresses. Reaching out to others, getting to know each other, exchanging and sharing our experience while respecting our own culture are the motivation of my career. I'm very happy to participate in this great adventure. Even if we have passed some particularly difficult moments at different levels, the COVID pandemic, which among other things forced us to cancel the Congress this year, but also within the executive, the deficiency of our former treasurer, which forced us with Dr. Mark Votsky to fulfill temporarily the treasurer role. This is the opportunity to thank Mark for all his involvement in IFEA during all these years. During our last General Assembly meeting, some changes have occurred in the board. The director of the research committee is now David Jaramillo. The chair of the education is now taken by Mehmet Bebora. There have been no application for an education grant in 2019. However, I think we should push this action of IFEA, which represents one of the values of promoting endodontics throughout the world. Due to the election of Elisabetta Cotti at the executive, the position of region director for Europe was vacant. I would like to welcome Roland Demour to his new position. Thus, we have within the executive a dynamic team composed of Luc Sung-Kyuk Kim, our immediate past president, whom I thank for all the work accomplished during his mandate. Alan Norwick, as president-elect, who guides us through these turbulent times and fulfilled his duties as secretary in an exemplary way. Gopi Krishna, who will have the hard job to be my secretary, and Elisabetta Cotti, my friend from 30 years, who accepted to be the treasurer. Among the tasks that await us, we certainly have to finish clarifying the accounts, but also we need to create a new region. Indeed, there is a disproportion between the regions. Europe and Asia are two big regions, and this is a disadvantage for the country for hosting a World Atlantic Congress. Also, the workload for the regions of these regions is fairly high. So we have to create a seventh region, which could be Middle East region or Mediterranean region. A working group must be set up, including the regions of Asia and Europe. My wish is that this modification of the bylaws can be voted during the General Assembly in Chennai next year. I would also like to develop aid for population without access to healthcare, as was done by Professor Machado with his Amazon project some years ago. To conclude, I want to thank another time all the organizing committee for this amazing meeting. It is a great success with 4,181 registered, including 2,628 delegates and 1,553 students. We look forward to meet you next year, in Chennai for an on-site meeting with even more participants. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Kathy, for the wonderful address. Now, friends, we had instituted a IFEA Create a Slogan contest on the social media. We received more than 200 entries for this. And the jury to decide the winners comprised of Dr. Mark Watsky, the past president of IFEA, and their choice of the top 10 winners will be presented to you as a collage now. Enjoy. They say that the journey should always be more beautiful than the destination. And for us, this journey of bringing IFEA 2020 to you on this online platform has been very eventful and memorable. It started in 2013 when we won the bid in Tokyo. And then over the last two World Congresses, we have been developing this. And here we are, in spite of all these challenges, in front of you with a beautiful 4-day online Congress, which I'm sure that each one of you enjoyed thoroughly. The following clips would give you a short footsteps of our journey of a lifetime of IFEA WEC 2020. in English, Nandri in Tamil, and Dhanyavad in Hindi are words which can never completely convey our sense of gratitude to the numerous individuals and organizations that toiled in making this dream come into a reality. Post COVID, the feasibility of doing this Congress was questioned. But here we are, after successfully conducting this event thanks to Team Chennai, Team India, Team IES, and Team IFEA, who have toiled to make our dream a reality. The following are a small token of portraits of all the individuals who were contributed immensely in this endeavor. Dear friends, as we come to the end of this magnificent event, it is time to say goodbye, albeit for the time being. We would look forward to meeting each one of you next year during the on-site 12th IFEA WEC, which will be held in Chennai, India. India is the cradle of the human race, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history, the grandmother of legends, and great-grandmother of traditions. They say your life is incomplete without once visiting India, a land of a million languages, traditions, and gastronomic delights. So it's my pleasure to invite each one of you to asking you to pack your bags, mark the dates, and visit India to script your own journey of a lifetime. So we come to an end, and on behalf of Team India and Team IFEA, I say goodbye for the time being.